G'day ladies and gentlemen, the Buttsman here, and I have been sent something that will blow your mind. But before we get to that, it's very important that I show you this video of Lizzo sitting on the back of a golf cart tipping it over. It's hilarious. That's hilarious. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, this video is brought to you by the great people at Aura. Are you sick and tired of receiving spam phone calls? To the point where you don't even answer your phone anymore? Data brokers are making an absolute fortune of selling your information, like your phone number, to robocallers and spammers the world round. They want all your information. They want to know all about you. They want to know where you live. Aura can identify data brokers exposing your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your data if they are asked to, but they make it super hard for you to do it. So let Aura do the job for you. Aura also lets you do so much more to protect you and your family from online threats you can't see. It's really easy to set up and you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work so you can focus on everything else with peace of mind. Now, you can either let people continue to exploit your private information, or you can go to aura.com/Isaac Butterfield to start your 2 weeks for free. That link is in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to Aura for keeping us safe and sponsoring this video. Now, back to the video. Now, the reason we are here is to talk about some correspondence that I have received. And I have received a lot of different messages over the years, from emails to DMs to Facebook messages, the whole shebang. And a lot of them are really positive, a lot have been really negative, people are angry, but I've also got the occasional insane human being. Insane. And ladies and gentlemen, of all of those, of all the death threats, of all the incoherent ramblings of idiots, this is the best one. And I'm gonna act it out because it's amazing. And I'm sorry about the yelling, but it was all written in caps lock. You are a real jerk. Okay, come on, mate. If you're gonna insult me, at least hit me with something a little bit harder than that. What are you, some geriatric, comatose, dementia-ridden neighbor? Oh, you're a jerk. Fuck off, try harder. Consider fat people as having a disability. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance. Imagine saying that to a paraplegic person. Oh, we're both disabled. No, you're not. One person has fucked up their spinal cord and no longer can move. The other can't move because all they do is smash Kate. You can't just get rid of it? That's just not correct at all. Your body and your brain is constantly fighting against you! I don't give a fuck. How about that? Don't care. Do not care. That's just an excuse. That's all it is. There are a lot of factors beating up against fat people that thin people have never had to consider. I agree. There are factors that we all have in our lives that hold us back from things. But is that a reason to just give up? Is that a reason to say I am defeated? No, it's a reason to try harder. Will you let it win? Or will you overcome it? That's the question. Remember this! It wasn't too long ago that doctors themselves recognized PTSD, particularly wartime PTSD. Everybody told soldiers just to forget about it and it would go away. I think in this part of the message, they mean that doctors didn't recognize PTSD. I'm sorry, the caps lock and the yelling, it's really throwing me off from this prolifically obese author. And I assume the reason caps lock is on is because one of those flabby little arms just accidentally hit it. I just hit my funny bone then, that was fucked. Ow. But yes, doctors have changed their opinions on PTSD, or what was known after World War I as shell shock. People were returning from the war, absolute shadows of their former selves. And that is PTSD. It's happened to a lot of people, not just people in wars throughout history, but people on the front line of medical care and people who have seen horrific things. PTSD affects a lot of people. But please, For the love of baby Jesus, do not compare war, death, destruction with being fat. For fuck's sake. Those who couldn't hide it were scoffed at and mostly called and or considered cowards. So just think about that. Maybe you'll think twice. Can we all just agree that PTSD and being obese are very different things? And if you're obese because of your PTSD, okay, fine. But don't argue with me that it's a healthy way to be or you can't change. You can change. And you should. And you shouldn't be promoting how good obesity is on the internet for people to see. That's why I make videos being critical of those type of people, because it is not a positive message to put out there. There are a lot of people in weak positions, and when you put messages out like that, those people pick that up and they run with it. Because if someone's in a position where they feel like the whole world's against them, if they have someone tell them that everything's going to be okay, exactly how they are right now, then they're going to run with that, and that is not a healthy way to live your life. Just eat less and move more, and you will stop being obese over time. A medical grad student I worked with at Brown University some years ago said they'd never ever come up with a cure for obesity. Far and away too much money in treating it. That's actually pretty spot on. I mean, pharmaceutical companies want you to stay unhealthy because they're gonna be able to sell you things to make you feel a little bit healthier. The sugar companies do the same thing. They don't want to see people healthy. They want to see people addicted to their shit food. So I agree with you there. Thank you for the yelling. From fashion wear to gyms and gym equipment to drugs and psychological to food programs and dietary counseling and treatment. Just look and see all the profit being made from fat people. Just keep them fat and make as many more as possible. Look at the food ingredients. Nobody really wants skinny people. What the fuck has this got to do with me? Just eat less shit food. Problem solved, dickhead. They constantly create smaller and smaller spaces and travel issues to make more and more money and charge fat people for the extra space, and even then, some airlines discriminate and demand the extra paid seat for and other higher paying customers. Hang on, is this the lady who was complaining and whinging that she should have 2 seats on a plane because she's got a giant ass, but she shouldn't have to pay for them? Was this the lady also who was complaining about the hallways not being big enough in hotels and they should make them bigger for her?
Size-inclusive hotel amenities are crucial for ensuring that plus-size travelers feel welcomed, accommodated, and comfortable during their stay. We deserve an environment that respects our needs and body diversity.
If you want to be that big, pay for it, all right? Fork out the cash or put the fork down. If you bothered to think about this for a second, the only consistently skinny for people are all rich, and then you think, why? Next time you ever run into a combat veteran with PTSD or anyone suffering from mental illness, tell them to just work it off. Just be sure they're not a serial unaliver. Shut the fuck up. YMFKNTBPOS! What the fuck was that? Does that mean you motherfucking bloody piece of shit? You motherfucking piece of shit. I don't know that language. But thank you for the message. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a fantastic example of the people that message me who think I give a slight fuck about what they actually think. These are the same people who put Palestine in their Instagram bio right next to the Ukraine and fucking Coney 2012, double vaxxed, and all that shit. Eventually they're gonna have to take Black Lives Matter out of their Instagram bio. They're running out of characters. They are the same people that believe if you don't agree with them politically, then you are a Nazi. These are the ones who work in these corporate offices in HR that make the dumbest fucking decisions that make companies go woke and then go broke. Take, for example, this from Sports Girl. Here in Australia, Sports Girl, I don't know, they sell fucking clothes to women. Congratulations. That's not important. But I was at the shops the other day and I walked past and I saw 4 flags out the front of their store. They were the Aboriginal flag, the Torres Strait Islander flag, the LGBTQIA+ flag, and the trans flag. Followed by the phrase, all welcome here. My question to you is, what store are those people not welcome? You virtue signaling. You are not better than anybody else because you say that. No one, not one person, a part of that group, thinks they're not welcome at any other store. Are you fucking kidding me? In fact, I think this is the whole point of the video. The person who wrote me that email screaming in caps lock is exactly the type of person that would go and shop at a store because they say that Aboriginal people are welcome there. Why do you need to say that? Who the fuck doesn't welcome Aboriginal people or Torres Strait Islander people or gay people or trans people in their store? What the fuck is this shit? They are the same people who are impressed by companies who do shit like this. And this comes from one of my favorite publications, The Publica. The great Sydney Watson behind that. Finnish feminine company releases tampons for men because that's necessary. A Finnish feminine hygiene company is prompting backlash after introducing a line of tampons marketed at menstruators and men. Men, here's some news for you. If you're bleeding out of a hole, see a doctor now. In a new campaign targeted at females who identify as male, Voyukest claims that periods are not a gender issue. That's an interesting claim. Often claims are incorrect. And launched its new line, Tampons for Men, during National Transgender Awareness Week. Hang on! There's a lot going on in that sentence, but I want to focus on the end of it. National Transgender Awareness Week. Am I reading that right? I am. You have a month already. Well, you need 5 weeks now. Are you all right? How many weeks do you need a year? Do you need a fucking year? Does there need to be Chinese Trans Year? Is that what you need? Year of the Trans. And why is it an awareness week? If you've got 5 weeks, we are aware. We are very aware. According to the blog post on the company's website, because trans-identified females and non-binary people have a womb and a menstrual cycle, periods are not exclusively a female issue. They are. As a result, Voyukest, I cannot pronounce that, decided to launch its line of tampons targeted towards men to foster equality and inclusivity. To be honest, if you say trans men have periods, I don't have an issue with that. But just don't drop the trans bit, because then you're incorrect. Speaking to the media, a representative for tried to differentiate tampon for men from other female hygiene products on the market by describing the product's masculine packaging. How masculine can something be if you put it in your vagina? I guess a dick's pretty masculine. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. It does. Moving on. We are on the verge of World War III, and this is the shit that people are worrying about in Finland. I mean, look at the photo they use. That is hilarious. How do you look at that with a straight face? How do you look at that and not go, what the fuck is this shit? And most people, in their own mind, they want to take a photo of it and put it on their Instagram, but they're terrified because someone will fucking say something and they'll get sacked from their job. Well, fuck you, Voyukest. I cannot pronounce that. I will never pronounce that. Voyukest. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Anyway, if you're from Finland, let me know how to pronounce Voyukest. But again, the people who send fucking YouTubers emails screaming at them are the same people who think this type of shit is a good idea. All right? They're the same type of people who think, yes, trans men will now have period products designed with masculine traits on the packaging and that will save lives. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Fuck the lot of you. I'm out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo au revoir. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure you hit subscribe and check out isaacbutterfield.com for all my tour dates. Check out the second channel that I do with my wife, Little Buttsman, and the Pokemon channel as well. My wife and I also have a podcast called The Mum and Dad Show. It is on Spotify and YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, we have videos coming out almost every day on this channel. We'll see you very soon. Bye.